Welcome to the collaboration track of the 6.5 Summit. I'm Fred McClymans of Futurum Research, and on behalf of our team and the team at More Insights and Strategy, we're glad you're here today. This keynote session features Javed Khan, Senior Vice President and General Manager for Collaboration Products at Cisco. He's going to be discussing the future of work and the new normal and what that might look like. Let's listen as he walks us through the future of work and shares his take on how employers can both encourage their employees to collaborate and stay connected, but also keep their data secure.
Hi, I'm Javed Khan. It's been an extraordinary year so far, and I think many of you will agree there's no playbook that could have prepared us for the last 7 months. I'm really proud to say that Webex was incredibly helpful to many of our customers when the pandemic hit. Let's hear from one of our customers as they made it through.
We've spent years trying to just get people to understand the culture of telehealth and telemedicine, how you can incorporate it into the delivery of patient care services. Fast forward, COVID hit, and within 30 days, we onboarded 1,200 providers for teleintervention services in 3 months. And we leveraged Webex to get all those providers onboarded, trained to be able to see patients during COVID. The feedback has been amazing. I think the interesting thing was just that initial appointment and knowing that someone was actually looking at you inside your home in an environment that had never probably been shared before. Our patients are very pleased with the platform. They're also really excited to be able to stay home, stay safe, while still making sure that they're receiving the care that they need to receive. We wanted to make sure that we picked a platform that would integrate flawlessly with our other video conferencing solutions. We also knew that if we integrated security metrics into what we already had with Cisco, from our infrastructure to our TMS scheduling to our DX units and our room kits, that Webex would work really well in that collaboration. Right now, I'm getting programmatic requests probably daily, and I'll honestly tell you that I feel like our patients will drive that conversation a lot more than in the times past. They're really liking utilizing Webex, and I think for services that we might have done via telemedicine in clinic, they might start transitioning to more of an in-home service. Telemedicine is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to triple in expansion and growth, and it's going to be a standard model of care moving forward now post-COVID.
It's exciting to see how valuable our technology is, especially in the most difficult of circumstances. But now it's time to thrive. At the start of the pandemic, some of you may have picked good enough options to quickly get up and running to enable some form of business continuity. And good enough was okay for survival. But good enough is not an option when the stakes are high and you need to keep your employees and your data safe. You need a trusted, reliable, long-term solution to navigate the next normal. We believe the next normal will be a blend of employees working from the office and working from home. Work is no longer a place you go. Work is what you do. That requires us to be equally inclusive to remote workers who will now have different touch points and experiences versus those in the office. At Cisco, we've been building the blueprint to help you move to this new future. It begins by making remote workers first-class participants, empowering them with personalized and engaging experiences. Secondly, you will need to ensure a safe return to work for employees heading back into the office, providing touchless and intelligent experiences. The third area we've been focused on is ensuring your customers are able to reach you during challenging times, but also deepening that relationship. And finally, you need management and decision-making tools because IT is key to supporting this transition. We need to make IT hum. Now let me tell you how Cisco is enabling the remote worker. The blended workplace needs to be inclusive, with employees that work from home feel like first-class citizens, having the same experience or maybe even a better experience than those in the office. For instance, how many meetings have you been in where the presenter is talking but is completely unaware that no one can see their presentation until someone alerts them? Or they're sharing a confidential document that no one was supposed to see. You don't want to be that guy. So we've built, can you see my screen feature? You have visual verification of what you're seeing right from the start. And how about when you're in a meeting and someone is stealing the conversation, you cannot get a word in. In person, you can raise your hand, but what do you do if you're not in the same room? We've solved that for the remote worker as well. You can now virtually raise your hand. And you can even do it if you're on the phone. And when you're seen, you want to make sure you look professional. Webex enables you to easily change your background. Let's take a look. That's a fancy background. My favorite one is this one. Now, that can be a little distracting. That is why I can actually change to a blur background. Now, they're focusing on you and your work and not your background. Webex is the first in the industry to have virtual and blur backgrounds across all platforms: Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, and even your devices. Now, sometimes I go from meeting to meeting and can't remember at the end of the day all the action items I've accumulated. But now I have my own virtual assistant at home and work to simplify my life. My Webex assistant can take notes and action items. I'm even more efficient now, both at home and in the office. Let's see it in action.
Right, let's get underway. I'll start recording so Webex Assistant can send us the highlights.
Note that our share value is 47, up 3 points. Allow us to increase that by 15%.
Great, Louise. Okay, Webex, highlight that. Okay, Webex, action item to define KPIs. Next steps, new task to track Richard's progress, and the final action item will be to review the marketing deck. Right then, I think that's everything. Hey guys.
Hey Rachel, how's it going? I'll start with the last set of figures.
Something I really love. Every day, my 9-year-old, she gives me an actual sticky note with a piece of advice. Today it said, do your best, Dad. But with Webex, you've got virtual stickies to have a creative session with my team. And by the way, now you know where I get some of my best ideas. Even better than in-person whiteboarding, our ideas are digitally saved for the next session, so you can pick up right where you left off. Now, sometimes I don't want to be in video meetings all the time. I want to take a call while I go out on a walk. The Webex app lets me do that. So whether I need to meet, message, or have a phone call, I can do all of that from the beautiful Webex app. My contacts, my messages, my recordings, my transcriptions, my action items, all instantly accessible either from my laptop, from my phone, or from my video device. By the way, this also includes access to stored Google and Microsoft Cloud documents and many other cloud applications. I can even access ServiceNow and Salesforce tickets. So if there's an urgent request for approval during my walk, I can do it right from within the Webex app. Now, one more thing. Most people have no idea the impact a purpose-built video device can have until they've tried one. It's a force multiplier for engaging, anti-fatiguing, I can do this all day experience. You don't have to be crouched over your laptop at home. You now have your laptop screen completely free, so you can actually multitask during those engaging staff meetings. And you can see people as if they are in person. I encourage you to give it a try. Some of you are already returning to the office, and we all need to feel safe when we do that. Webex can provide that safe, touchless, and intelligent workplace. Let me show you how. Your employees walk into the office. Imagine they can see customized messages on every video screen, providing guidelines on topics like social distancing, capacity, and much, much more. Now, if you have a headset, your stored headset profile can instantly log you in and out of shared workstations without you needing to touch anything. Now, you can do touchless for video calls too. Use your mobile device to start a meeting, or simply say, "Okay, Webex, start my meeting." And my Webex assistant can change the volume and even show me things like self-view. Now, there are too many people for safe distancing in the conference room. An alert pops up on the video device when you've hit that limit. The smart device will even invite the cleaning crew after a certain number of meetings when it's time to clean the room. Let's take a look at how.
This is Tom, and today Tom is going back to the office, a place he has always had his minor concerns about, because Tom has always believed in cleanliness. He cleans his workspace with fastidious care. So on the first day back, he had to be one of the first ones in the office to check it out. After all, he'd been right. Some changes needed to be made around his office. Of course, Tom knew there would be some new protocols. But what Tom doesn't know is that since he's been out, his office has been upgraded. They've added a suite of products from Cisco Webex to help him and his coworkers feel good about coming back. This Desk Pro comes equipped with Webex Assistant for a touchless meeting start.
Okay, Webex, start my meeting. Okay, Webex, end my meeting.
Which means Tom doesn't have to touch cables, screens, or anything else to have a meeting. Cisco devices like Webex Board 55 with room monitoring can share social distancing guidelines for shared spaces and keep track of how many people are using them. So if 3 people try to use this meeting room for 2, distancing guidelines can be enforced. This Cisco Touch 10 can even use timers to remind you when it's time to clean it and the room it's in. So Tom and everyone else can be sure it's safe for work. And even if Tom decides to work from home sometimes, the Control Hub makes it easy for IT teams to troubleshoot, pinpoint, and solve issues anywhere, in the office or at home. Webex has the solutions you need to manage your hybrid workforce and keep your employees feeling safe, even Tom's, everywhere.
All of this is available today from Cisco Webex to ensure a safe return to touchless and intelligent workplaces. Many of you have had to scale from 8 offices to 8,000 home offices. That is a lot to manage, but we have the tool set for you. From a single pane of glass, you can manage all of your calls, your meetings, your messages, your users, your workspaces, your devices at a granular level. So if your CIO is reporting issues in their meetings, IT can discreetly join the call and experience the problems firsthand, enabling them to expediently resolve problems. You can set up live meeting notifications and alerts when your VIPs are having issues, even when they're working from home. We've got some more good news. We've redesigned our application, so your employees still maintain a great experience even with 50% packet loss. Those home workers with poorer networks, they still get an optimal experience. Now I want to switch gears here and talk about an area we take very seriously. We talked earlier about moving away from good enough. But when did good enough security become acceptable. Our security is built in, not bolted on. The focus on security is why Cisco Webex has always been the most trusted, the most secure, and the most reliable platform in the world. So in closing, let me remind you of Cisco's blueprint for the next normal and how Cisco can help you thrive. Let's focus on empowering that remote worker, making them first-class participants. Make that return to office safe, touchless, and intelligent. Thirdly, stand out by building deep, exceptional relationships with your customers. And then give your IT team the tools that they need to make it all come together. This is what Cisco is focused on. This is Cisco. We will always be here for you. Stay safe, wash your hands. Thank you.
There are times for casual meetings, happy hour meetings, informal meetings. But when it's time for important meetings, there's Webex. It's for the mission critical and the time sensitive, for the vital tasks and the task forces, the boardrooms, the war rooms, and the places strangers must never be. Webex is for sensitive data, your data, that can't be routed to unexpected places or sold to the highest bidder. It's for big things with huge impact and getting the little details exactly right. It's for moving forward together and getting the things that need to be done. Because when you're doing important work, your meetings, users, devices, and data should be secure. Security built in from the start, not bolted on. This is collaboration without compromise. Safe, private, and secure. Webex.